Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new video. So a week ago there was actually a quality of life update which introduced a mystic robe sets into the game. So there's one for the blue armor set, the dark armor set, the dusk armor set, and the light armor set. Now this is a flip I did pretty much right on the day it was released or the day after, and I ended up getting, what was it, 4.8 mil from an investment of around 15 mil or something like that. So we made a lot of money back. Now this was the first day that the sets were released, but I'm going to go try this once again, even though it's been about 2 weeks later. So essentially what I am doing is we are buying all of the individual item sets. So we bought 100 mystic gloves, 100 mystic hats, 100 mystic robe tops, 100 mystic boots, and 100 mystic robe bottoms, combining them into a mystic set and then selling them for a profit. On each one we made around 48k on, which is exceedingly good. So I'm pretty happy with that. Let's go ahead and try it again. We have exactly 100 mil. So let's just get started. So I think the best way to do this is going to be to price check everything. That's what I did before, at least with the blue version of it, which I'm assuming is the most traded. So one really easy way to do this is to actually start off by buying the mystic set. We're going to go ahead and buy it. I don't really know. There's not many traded. We had a quick look on G-Tracker. And even for the mystic set blue, there was only like 20 to 100 maybe traded per day. Still not many. But anyway, let's go ahead and price check one right now. Okay, so we bought it for 154k. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and unpack it. I'll come down here and right click unpack. So we'll get all the individual items and then we're going to sell those off. And that way we'll get an accurate price check and we can go ahead and move on from there. I find this just to be a quicker way than buying each individual item, selling it back, buying each one of those, and then adding it all up later. Okay, so at that price point, it looks like we're going to get around 10.2k back per item flip. So if we did 100, we get around 1 mil. However, looking at G-Tracker, it looks like we could actually pretty routinely sell it for maybe 170, which would increase our profit by another 15k, which would make it a very decent flip. So we're going to go ahead and do this one. Unfortunately, since this is a 5-item flip, we only really do one per account, which is a little awkward in that way. So we went ahead and put an offer in for all of the pieces and we bought 125 of them each. We don't want to go too overboard, as while these will probably only take an hour or something to buy, selling them off could take almost a day. However, at that point our offers will be cleared up and we can do another one at the same time. Okay, so we're going to leave these in and we'll come back when they have all bought. Alright, so I just got back from an appointment. Pretty much all of the mystic set pieces bought except for the mystic gloves. We went ahead and just insta-bought the rest of them because it's not too important to get the perfect price on that one. So we're going to go ahead and turn the last 20 into sets, and then we can go ahead and consolidate all of these offers. We managed to sell around 50 so far for 164k, which is pretty good. We'll go ahead and pull out all of these offers for now. So we sold around half, not quite half yet, but we'll go ahead and put it in for maybe 164, 162k, and we're going to be making a solid profit on this one. So now we're going to go ahead and try another mystic piece while this one is selling. So we're just going to do a little bit of research to find out which one is the next most traded. The Dusk mystic set is not traded very much. Next up here we have the dark mystic set, which is traded a bit more, still not a ton. And we have the mystic set light, which is not traded much either. So we're going to do the mystic set dark because I think that might be the next most traded one. So once again, we're just going to go ahead and look up the mystic set dark. We'll go ahead and insta-buy it. So we bought it for 280k. We're going to go ahead and unpack it. And then we'll go ahead and sell off the individual pieces. Okay, we'll hit collect there, and we'll go have a look at how much profit we can get by combining the set. Okay, it looks like on the Mystic Set Dark, we're going to get around a 30k margin, which again, pretty damn good. We'll go ahead and try to do 100 of these ones. Actually, the buying limit is only 70 on these ones, so maybe we'll go ahead and do 70. So we'll be able to get around 2 mil in profit, hypothetically, from these, and we'll see how much we actually invest here. 70 robe tops. We're going to do the robe bottoms, the regular gloves, and the mystic dark boots, which are actually kind of expensive, I guess, probably to do with the Slayer monster that it comes from. But yeah, the investment is really not that high. So anyway, we'll go ahead and wait, and we'll come back when hopefully all of these have bought. Alright guys, we are back, and we have sold off all of the mystic set blues, which is pretty nice, as well as most of the mystic set darks. We bought all 70 of them yesterday and waited overnight, so we'll go ahead and collect these offers. On top of that, we started buying some of the mystic robe set lights. Unfortunately, we didn't get all of them. We tried for 140 overnight, and we're still missing out quite a few of the robe tops, unfortunately. We'll just hit collect here. Yes, okay, so we can only combine 29 of them so far. Let's go ahead and combine the set. We can start selling 29 of them, which will help out quite a bit. I price checked it yesterday at around 170. Right now it's worth around 169, which is still around a 20k profit, so I'm pretty happy with that still. And we'll have to wait for some of our offer slots to clear up, but after that we can go ahead and put in the final set, which is the Dusk set. Okay, we are back, and I finally cleared up enough inventory slots to do the very last Mystic set, and that is the Mystic set Dusk. Now this is a brand new item set that is fairly rare, so I don't think I'm going to be doing all 70 because that may take quite a while. And let's just have a quick look on G-Tracker here. The Mystic set Dusk does not trade a lot. Per day, we're looking at 5 to 10. Maybe more than that, but still not a lot, but the margin may be very big. So let's have a quick look at the Mystic set Dark. Worth around 800k. We'll put it in here for a mil and see what we ended up buying it for. 980k. So let's go ahead and unpack that, and we may as well go make the rest of these Mystic light sets as well, and we'll go ahead and unpack. We are slowly selling off the light sets. It's taking a while, but I think we do have the highest offer. It's just not traded very much. Okay, let's go ahead and sell off all of the individual Dusk pieces. Okay. All right, if my calculations are correct, we're going to get a 190k margin per set combination, which is really, really good. Now, the buying limit is unknown. I'm assuming it is 70 probably, just like the rest of them. We'll go for half of the margin right now. 3 mil for the hat, 9 mil for the Mystic robe top, 8 mil for the robe bottom, 3 mil for the gloves, and 3.5 mil for the boots. We still have 50 mil left over. But I'm pretty happy with how this is going so far. We are primed to make a ton of money on this one. We already have some coming through pretty quickly, honestly, so this might be an extremely profitable flip. If it works out well, we're probably going to do this one again at probably another 35 of them. Alright guys, things have gotten a little bit messy, unfortunately. We did sell off all of the Mystic Dark sets, so that's nice. For 279, we'll go ahead and claim the rest of those there. The Mystic Light sets, now we sold off around half of them so far. The margin is dropping a bit. We sold a lot of them for 167, more of them for 167, and now for 164, so not too bad. Now, the Dusk set, as I imagined, is coming through very slowly. The margin is very good. However, we have only sold 3 of them so far, and that was for 979, which is a very good margin. However, we've dropped it down to 949, and we've had to increase the individual parts quite a bit. We'll in total have bought around 20 to 25 of the sets. However, it's taken quite a long time. Alright, so we can go ahead and make, well, one more set. We'd like to do the blue set one more time because that one was probably the quickest and most effective, I would imagine, if you factor in the time it took anyway. We're going to try selling these for 949 for now. Hopefully they will sell soon because, yeah, it's taking a long time. Okay, so I was getting a little bit impatient. It's only a few hours since the last recording, and we ended up pretty much insta-selling everything. Now, this wasn't ideal, and we would have made a lot more money had we waited a bit longer, but I felt like I was definitely competing with someone else for this at the time of recording, and the price just kind of kept dropping, so I ended up selling the Mystic sets for 154k. We sold off the rest of our Mystic Dusk sets for 947, and then we sold off the rest of the individual pieces, just because this whole process was taking quite a while. So let's go ahead and claim everything first, and then we'll go have a look at the average margin I think I got in each one, because it got very messy. Mainly on the Dusk set. This one at least will be kind of easy to calculate. Well, first up here, let's have a look at the individual pieces, because I think I actually did profit off of them, even though I insta-sold them pretty much. Yeah, I got a 4k margin on the Mystic robe top, 5k margin on the gloves. The hats I sold for pretty much the same price, and yeah, so we didn't really lose much just by selling them back instantly. We'll claim the Mystic set Dusks for 947, and the last part here. So we ended up making around 6 mil. Plus the 4 mil we made earlier brings us up to around 10. Now, I was primed to make a lot more than that. We probably would have made around 10 had the margin not dropped, but 6 mil is still pretty good for how easy this was. So when I originally thought of doing this, I thought the rarer sets would actually be more profitable. However, it turns out the opposite was true. On the Mystic Blue sets, I ended up getting a 21k margin, and we did 125 of them, and they were by far the quickest. Which netted us 2.6 mil from that. Next up, we did the Mystic set Darks, which we got a 30k profit on, and we did 70 of them, which netted us around a 2 mil profit, and that was the second quickest. And then we got into the Mystic set Lights, which, granted, I don't think they're any slower than the Dark set. However, I just had more competition on that one, and we ended up only getting a 10k margin on half of them, and breaking even on the other half. So we get about 700k in profit from the light sets, And the Dusk sets, unfortunately, really just didn't work out. If they had, I would have made a lot of money. We still got over 100k margin on each set combination, but we only managed to do 8. And we got between 100k and 125k on each one, which netted us around $1 mil on those ones, although the item prices changed so much, it was a lot of work to do that. So in the end, what would I recommend? I would highly recommend doing this with the blue sets if the margin is there. It's going to be your quickest flip and the easiest to kind of get in and get out, make a decent profit, but not be stuck for days trying to sell off these random little bits of items. Anyway, guys, that is it for the video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to leave the video a like. I always appreciate it, and I will see you next time.